just going to give a bit of a demonstration on the new Tiger anchor that we've got, the solid design, which is based on the Boomer anchor, which we know that particular shape, which has been patented, works, and a lot of other people are very happy with it. But we've got a more budget-friendly anchor here in the solid Tiger. I'm going to just run through what I do to set up a Tiger anchor, and really this concept should be the same for anybody else who uses that sort of cable tie, zip tie release. Obviously we hook the anchor on at the top, our chain, run our chain down along the shaft. What I like to do is add an additional link, because then I know that I've got my distance right every time. Some people might put a zip tie in here to know which link that they actually tie up with, but I prefer this. I find it a lot simpler, I suppose, and a lot easier to remember. Okay, so one of the tricks with setting something like this up is you've got to be careful that you don't put your zip tie in that link there, for example. And the reason being is that then you have a straight pull all the way along the shaft. You need a side-on pull to actually break it. What you really need to do, this is what, look, I'm no expert on this, but this does work for us, and we've used this for a long time. I prefer to have that chain loose, and then I use a rated cable tie. Now this one's only a 22 kilo, so it's going to be for demonstration purposes to show people how easy it is to just pull the anchor. If it gets stuck, you can break it. So it's as simple as putting the zip tie on like so. Right, now I'm hooked up. Now I know that there is my breakaway system right there. Now one of the big mistakes a lot of people make is they don't cut this tail off. What happens then is that tail can actually pull through, and then the chain ends up solid again, and once again you've got full pressure on that anchor. So I always cut that tail off. Nip that tail off, because I know that once it pulls through that, the anchor will release. Now on our Tiger anchor also we've got a cable tie hole here, and that's basically, it's just to keep things neat and tidy. This chain can rattle around under the water, etc. Gets a little bit messy, so I prefer to have something that holds the chain. Now I prefer it like so. I take the pressure on, and that's where I like to put my zip tie. And it's only a little tiny one. It's not the breakaway system. It's really there just to hold that chain in place. And once again, same thing, nip off that tail. So there we have our Tiger anchor in position like so. You'll also notice that I've put one of our swivels, and you can use any swivel, but these are our Muscleman swivels, and they're very, very special. They've got larger Allen key holes in them. They're a much better design, I believe, than other swivels out there. I like to have a swivel so that it stops chain twisting whatever is happening under the water. It also makes your anchor independent. So now that anchor can spin around. You can see there, as that swivel spins, the chain just stays the same. It's not twisting and twisting around the shaft. All right, let's give it a test. Now, as we can see, this is just soft sand up the top of the beach, and you'll see why this anchor works so well in soft sand. Put some pressure on, and what I'm going to do is it'll get to the limit of the zip tie and break, but if you notice, the anchor will move along. It's starting to find itself. It'll want to twist. There we go. It's twisting around, twisting down, and that's the secret of these Tiger anchor, is that it twists and buries into that sand. Now I could actually lean on that, but I know what'll happen. It'll break the zip tie. But as you can see, that twisting motion is why we patented this design. There's nothing else in the world that's like a boomer anchor style or a tiger anchor. So now, if that anchor was stuck, we just put that pressure on. There, you can see I'm burying it. The further, more pressure I put, the bury, and down we go. See that? See how that's buried? You've got to break the pin, and your anchor comes back.